Hello friends, debuffs are extremely important within T1 defense key. But if you have low subsidy count or limited coining within the game, then raising the debuff can be extremely hard. So because of that, we should and must proceed with specific debuff general so that at least we can raise the debuff within the critical area, right? So that at least we can prevent the critical hit on our T1 defense key. But before that, guys, we need to know what all marches are making the critical hit on T1 defense key. So out of all the marches, guys, Archer, Caps, both are making the critical hit depending on the scenario, kind of quantity you have within your T1 defense key. And apart from it, ground can also make the hard hit on T1 defense key, right? But if I will speak about the siege, then that is only there to kill your siege layer and also your archer layer, right? And I'm pretty sure most of you wouldn't be having the siege layer. If in case you have built the one siege march, then ghosted, and if required, ghost your archers also, right? So for siege debuff, whatever is coming from the gears, I think that's enough. We don't need to focus over the siege stats, right? So we would be only focusing over the archer, caps, and ground debuff. And even within all of these three marches, a specific stats, right? So for that, guys, only through the two generals we can put it on all of our subordinate city, two types of general to cover up all the critical area. So what are those general? Let me show it to you guys that you have to use. Now first one, guys, I have mentioned in one of my debuff stats video as well, right? We have to proceed with the Andrew Jackson. And reason why? Because per Andrew Jackson, a total range attack debuff is coming 90% plus 10%, 100% per Andrew Jackson you will get, right? So suppose if you can maximize Andrew Jackson and can put on the 5 subsidy, then straight away you will have the 500% range attack debuff, right? Additional range attack debuff, and it will clearly help out in shutting down the range march, right? So that's why it is highly important. And why I'm not giving much value to the defense and HP, because if our T1 caps can clear the ground and mounted like heavy defense and HP marches, then for sure we can clear the range march as well if we are not focusing much over the defense and HP stat for range, right? So we need to focus over the range attack debuff, and this general gives the 100% debuff per general. And at the same time, this general is also delivering the debuff stats within the mounted as well. 10% mounted attack debuff, 20% defense debuff, 40% HP debuff. Because if I will speak about the gate set, I'm pretty sure most of you would be using the range attack debuff ring, and if you're doing it so, then you would be extremely lacking within the mounted troop HP debuff, right? So if I will speak about the freely available general, even narrow or even the some other one as well, those are also delivering max 51%, right? So that's why this is the grade. With 100% range attack debuff, you are also covering the mounted debuff stats as well. 10% attack debuff, 20% defense debuff, and 40% HP debuff. Plus, within the ground as well, you have the some debuff available. 10% attack debuff, 20% defense debuff, and 20% HP debuff within the ground, right? So means all of our three marches are getting covered while we are extraordinary debuffing range attack, right? So that's why this is great general. Now out of the three marches, you are proceeding with the one general that is at least helping you out in shutting down the one march, right? And siege, guys, as such we don't have any criticality, right? As such, for many of you, siege do not even require, right? So this is the first general, guys, that you have to use. Now let me show it to you guys, the second general. Now, this is the second general, guys, Darius. This is available through the event Lucky Jackpot and the other event as well. I think the temple one. Now, in that particular event, I will suggest, guys, that you should focus over only this particular general only, right? Because range debuff, you able to focus through the Andrew Jackson. Now, for the mounted and for ground, both of those marches, we can easily debuff with the help of this general Darius. So if you can maximize just one general, it will give you the extraordinary stats like the 70% mounted attack debuff, 45% defense debuff, 85% HP debuff, plus ground troop attack debuff 105%. Now again guys, this 105% attack debuff is pretty great because in the ground from the freely available gear set we almost to have no gear available that is providing the ground attack debuff, right? So that's why it is pretty great, and even within the defense 45% and in the HP 85%, right? So now guys, you can pretty much see that if you can make the combination of Andrew Jackson and the Darius in all of your subordinate city, then you will be able to manage the debuff in all of three marches. A very decent debuff in all the three marches, right? That is making the impact on the T1 defense key. Now, guys, I know that it's not that easy to, fully maximize these debuff general, right? And to get all of these stats. But again, guys, it's the slow process. If you're not coining, I know the things will gonna be slow, but that's what you have to do, right? All of these are the attainable general. You can pretty easily get it. There is no luck involved. If you can make the Andrew Jackson and the Darius combination on the subordinate city and can maximize both of these general, it will pretty much cover up all the three marches, right? So yes guys, this is it for this particular video, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video, and bye bye for now.